So in my latest video, I went over the tide-breaking courage set on Shorekeeper. And the idea was that Shorekeeper needs 250 energy to max out her crit on her ult. And the tide-breaking courage set has a 30% damage attribute bonus when reaching 250. And it gives 10 energy. So what we figured out was that it does give more damage, but you also lose damage. Now, in my other video, the percentages are still the same, but I forgot to include enemy defense into these calculations. So you increase your damage by around 25%, but then you lose 25% attack damage. Now, in this video, what I want to go over is, what if you just don't care about Shorekeeper buffing? Like, it's cool and all, but you already get all damage amplified 15%. Since her crit of her ult is based off her total energy regen, you already start with 100 energy regen. So you don't get that much extra crit. So what if you just want her to do as much damage as possible? Well, I have done some calculations and it's pretty interesting. First of all, just to make sure that my calculations were correct, this is my Shorekeeper. So level 90 with weapon with echo stats, and it comes out to 33,030, and I got 33,030. That was just to make sure that my calculations are correct. And with all of that, this is the interesting part. We have rejuvenating. If you have almost perfect echoes, you can then squeeze out 80,000 damage. Now, if you go Tidebreaker, you can get 3% more damage. The reason that this damage decrease is so small here compared to my other video is that here we have a lot of ER in substats, and the rejuvenating set goes double spectral damage, and Tidebreaker needs to go 1 ER set in order to reach 250. Now, jumping up is going the spectral set. Spectral set with her signature it's a 20% jump from 80,000 to 96,000. This is the interesting part. If you go Comet, the 4-star weapon Comet Flare, you probably have seen it, you probably have it on your Baija. You actually get a bonus increase from her signature. Now, you won't get the 14% increased attack damage on all your teammates. If you just want to get as much damage out of your Shorekeeper as humanly possible, this is actually viable to go Comet Flare on her. And then in first place, we have Jeje's signature with 38% of rejuvenating with her signature. Now, I saw someone in the comment section of my last video who has a R6 Shorekeeper, and they were asking, now, should I go Tidebreaker instead of Spectral Set? Because they wanted the most amount of damage. No. Spectral Set is better. Tidebreaker is better than Rejuvenating, not better than the Spectral Set. But something that is interesting is that the best option, beating Jeje's signature, is actually Comet Flare, reaching 387,000, with her signature doing 365,000 and Jeje doing 376,000. Now, if you have her R6, it's actually worth it going HP on your forecasts. Now, why is that? With her R6, she gets a 500% crit damage increase, which means going crit damage and adding another 44% on there isn't actually that worth it. Now, if you go HP percent on your forecast, this brings the damage up to a max with Comet Flare, the 4-star weapon, to a max of 410,000 on intros. For those who want those screenshots and just want to push the absolute limit, let's say that you have a Spectre rover that you run her with. You can also use Jianshin's Amplify, which would be an additional 38%, bringing the total damage up to 667,000 damage on Comet Flare if you have R6, or here if you have Judge's Weapon, 181,000. If you want your Shorekeeper to nuke, Spectral set, MVP, it just gives 40%, and then Comet Flare, actually better than her signature. I hope this video was interesting to some of you at least. And with that, I am currently working on the brand guide video. If you like this type of content, sub to the channel, and if you have any ideas of any other things I can do, maybe some other interesting builds or anything like that, then put that in the comments, and I'll see you guys probably on the brand guide. So yeah, I'll see you guys then.